Well, I took the time today to hook up the sink drain so that the next time we want to use this cabin or the Shedteau, we can use it. What we did last time, we had the drain installed in the bottom of the sink and it just came down under the sink right there. So what my wife did is put that pan underneath of it to catch the water, which worked perfectly well for no more than we used it. So I went in and got some drain pipe and went ahead and hooked it up. Now I've got it run down to a 5-gallon bucket underneath. So it'll catch a little bit more. It'll still have to be dumped. I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to run it through the floor yet. I'm not too concerned about that right now. It will work. We've got a 30-gallon water tank underneath here and a pressure pump. So all I got to do is fill that water tank. We'll have cold water, no hot. There won't be any hot water at all. So yeah, we're ready. We are ready to start using this camp. My wife was in here last night a little later than I was because I was sleeping in the cabin and I had to go relight the fire to get warmed up in there. The furnace was running. I don't want to use all my gas, but she got this place cleaned up and really looking nice. It's really looking nice, other than a little bit of trash that I've got to get rid of. I've still got some patchwork to do down here on the hearth with the cement, and that cardboard box can be used as fire starter. That's why it's sitting there. But the only other thing is to finish the piano bar and get my tools out of here. I've talked about John T's cabin, and what I have over here is an antler that we've got our paper towels, our dish towel, and a hand towel hanging from. And I have the mate to that for John T. And I cut the bottom off of it, and I've got a little bit of shaping to do with the sander. But that will mount right up against the wall for him in his cabin, so he can put paper towels or hand towels or dish towels, whatever. And we'll figure out where to put it when the time comes. But anyway, this antler rack, I found a dead deer when I was deer hunting, and there wasn't any salvage in the deer. So I went ahead and cut the rack off of it and kept the rack. And so I really wasn't doing any damage to it by cutting it off. But anyway, you can see it'll lay nice and flat against the wall. Once I get that sanding done, get that trimmed out of there a little bit, and we'll drill some holes in it and mount it to the wall wherever he wants it. And then the rest of it, the other piece that I cut off, I cut off the end of it, and I'm going to cut it, you can see the green line, so that it'll mount up against the wall to hang a coat on. And that's what I did with the other brow tine from the other half. I put it over here, and I've got my fishing basket hanging off of it. If you're resourceful and you don't mind picking up sheds and cutting them up and making things out of them, you can come up with some pretty good ideas right out of nature. Okay, I went ahead and hit that with a belt sander and got it down nice and flat against the table there. You can see it'll sit tight against the wall. Okay, so what I did is I took my drill bit and drilled through in 2 different places so that I can mount it to the wall. And these are regular 2-inch drywall or 2.5-inch drywall screws, so they'll fit right into the hole and drop right down, so it won't be binding up on the antler. Go right into the wall, and they'll be countersunk I was hoping I could show that. Apparently, there we go. They'll be countersunk so that there's nothing protruding when it's mounted in the wall. Now you can see there's a good inch on both of those, a little more than that on that one, maybe 1.25 inches. So it'll catch plenty of wood on his wall, and it's a wood wall, so I don't have to worry about it pulling out. And he's not going to have a lot of weight on it if he decides to use it. I'm sure he probably will. But anyway, that is the towel rack completed. Now all I got to do is cut this piece off to make the coat hook for him. Okay, I got the piece cut off for the coat hook, and I'll put 2 screws in it. If I can mount it on a stud, I will, but I'll put one here and then one down below just to keep it from twisting while it's in the wall. But see if I can find a piece of wall over here. That's kind of the way it'll hang, just like that. It could hang like that. That all depends on him, what he wants to do. So he's got a coat hook now too. Okay, well, I've got the water tank full, and it's right here. You can see the water level right there. And there's my demand pump. And that's what they use in campers. Okay? The switch for it is right here. So when I turn it on, you don't hear it because it's pressure. It shuts off when it gets up to a certain pressure. Now I turn the water on in the sink, and you can hear it. So I've got my water line run. It's cold water only because I don't have a water heater. It runs into the sink, down the drain, comes out of the sink under there, through the shelf, and right now it's dumping into a bucket where it'll be disposed of when the bucket gets full. But anyway, I wanted to show you just a little bit about the Shedteau. It's coming along nice. I now have water, so it's good. We got a stove to heat the water on if we have to. Maybe someday we'll get a water heater and we'll mount it back in there against the wall because it'll have to vent outside. It'll run on propane. So yeah, all's good.